Right, so we got Everly. It's a Robert Rodriguez produced movie. It's obviously Dimension Films, which I can tell exactly the moment I see it. It's a Robert Rodriguez produced movie. I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, there's some people who didn't like it at all and gave it 2 stars, 1 star, and I've seen them. I think the film's fine. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't think it's a great film. Of course, it's not a great film, but it's not trying to be a great film. It's just trying to have fun. Because it's like a Robert Rodriguez film. It's not really taken seriously because it's over the top. It's not really got a lot of a story to it, and it's more sort of run, shoot, big explosions, blood, gore, and all that. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of Robert Rodriguez, as I think I've made it clear. Because sometimes you can make something that's average or it's just plain awful. So obviously, in the past, Desperado, which was okay. Sin City 1 was okay. I didn't think it was as great as people made it out to be. I think Sin City 2 is the best film he's ever made. Because actually, that was a lot of fun. Um, and obviously, that movie, the thing with Tarantino, I didn't like that. Planet Terror. So, generally his films, they're either okay or they're not very good. Like I say, Dust of Dawn, I like From Dust Till Dawn. Oh yeah, it's another one. But so it's it's that thing with him that there's not really ever a story, and I don't ever feel like that's ever going to happen. I mean, there are little tinsy bits of things you could say a story, but I don't think it really matters, to be honest. I think it's more about that for me that I think it's all about the gore and the violence, and that's what I'll do for the rest of my life, watching these violent movies, and that's fine. It's just the whole thing of that appeals to me, and it's not so much like, well, if it's going to be that kind of movie, then you'll find it kind of boring and stuff like that. But I just like those kinds of movies, and I think they're fun to watch. I mean, it's definitely the most violent thing I've seen in a while. There's a scene in it I didn't particularly enjoy watching. It wasn't a bad scene or anything. It just made me feel really uncomfortable watching it. There's all stuff of acid and stuff like that, and it just wasn't very nice. And so torture stuff and stuff like that. Um, but so overall, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's great, but I mean, if you're expecting a great movie, then you're fooling yourselves. You really are, and you're stupid. I mean, it's something that it's fun to watch. It's nothing that you're gonna give 5 stars to and like run down the street and go, "That was amazing, that was amazing," because it's not. But it's not going to be that kind of film. It's just going to be something that's entertaining, had fun time watching, and I think people should accept that. They shouldn't go up with these ridiculous expectations and expect to be blown away when they absolutely hate it. I mean, I find that really annoying when people do that. It's just like, wow, now you really looking forward to watching it, and then you hate it. You're like, oh, that's just fantastic. It's just, but that's a rant for another video. But so, like I say, I think it's okay. I mean, I think the ending is a little bit weak. I mean, there could have been more to the ending. It's just something a bit. It wasn't a great ending. It's not a terrible ending. It wasn't very good, and there was something that wasn't really cleared up, and I was like, and there was something that probably wasn't cleared up too with the cops, but I won't go into that. So overall, I think it's fun. I think it's entertaining. I think if you like that kind of movie like I do, then you have a fun time. If you don't, then don't bother. If you're that cynical and don't want to be entertained.